Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to another live learning session. I'm your host, Yujin Tang, and today we're going to continue learning about Flask and creating your own Flask project. So this one we're going to do in this episode. We're going to start with so far we've covered creating the basic project, the authentication stuff, the username, the login, the register, the logout, the database, the schema for the database, and we've created two pages for a login page, a register page, and like a base template. And now we're gonna add some CSS so we get some styling. So right now, if we look at our blog, it looks like this. Hello world. And if we go to auth/login, if you want to see me register something, I don't have a logout implemented yet, right? Oh, I do, but do I have logout implemented? Okay, well, here we go. We're going to learn something new here. Let's see what I have logout doing. Redirect URL for index. Yes, I don't have index implemented yet. So that should actually be this. This should be index. Maybe if I do that, that will work. Let's see, actually. Login. Hello world. Change your password. Okay. Can you see this? Oh, you can't even see the screen. Okay. Hello world. Okay, so this is what. Oh, stop Google. Maybe I should be doing this on incognito, so it stops saving all this stuff. Anyway, this is the index, and then this is what the login screen looks like. So test one, we're gonna log out, and then we're gonna go back to login. Test one. There we go. That's what that looks like. Okay. And now let's go back to the code. So now we're going to add the style sheets, and we're also going to deal with the blog create, read, update, delete stuff today. So we're going to go here. We're going to create a new folder, a new folder, static, and then we're going to create a new folder called or a new file called style.css. So here, we reference this file here. So we're going to create that file now. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a HTML. We're going to get the basic font family. So this is just the regular stuff. Font family. And we're going to go with sans serif. Then we're going to create a background color. Background, or just, background, hashtag EE. It's the white background, basically. It's actually a little bit off-white. Padding, 1 rem, yeah. So 1 rem is one root element. Okay, now we're going to go to body. Oops. So this is what the base styling for the body is going to be, and we're going to have a max width of 960 px. Oops, don't need that. We're going to have no margin. And we're going to give it a white background. That's FFF. Now we're going to go to the H1. Yeah, this should probably be, I don't know if this needs to be done there, but, and now we're going to go to the header. And the header is going to be, oh, let's make this look nice, actually. Let's make this look nice. Yeah, let's make this look nice. I like this to. So there is like some advantage to having all of this done in one row. It's easy to read. It's easy to see all of it in one block. But let's make it look nice, so that it's readable, right? So let's make the font family for the header to be serif. Okay, I have an extra, whatever. Autocomplete could be better. And then we'll give it a color. It doesn't really matter what color you give it, but the tutorial that I'm following suggests 377 BA8. This is a fine color. It's like kind of bluish. And then we'll give it a margin. Yeah. And then let's go adjust the link. So the links we also want to be this color. 377 BA8. Oh, nice. Okay, it remembers the color scheme. That's cool. HR is horizontal line, right? Something like that. Well, that's the next element that we're going to give CSS to. No border, except on the top. Top border. Border top. Border top. 1 pixel. Solid light gray. Light gray. Pretty sure this just makes it pretty simple horizontal line. Now let's go change the nav bar. So here we go. Background is going to be light gray. The display is going to be flex. Flex. Okay, align items. We're going to align them in the center. And we're going to give it a padding of 0.5 rem. 0.5 rem. 5 rem. Oh, sorry, that should be like that, I think. Now, what is the H1 in the nav going to look like? We're going to give it flex is going to be auto, and then margin is going to be, let's give it 0 margin. Okay. Now, what is the links going to look like? I think here what we really need to do is just make sure that there's some padding here. Text decoration, none. Padding, 0.25 rem, 0.5 rem. Okay, cool. Now we'll go to the line items, nav UL. The line items in the nav bar, basically. Flex. What's the style of the list? List style 0. Don't know what that means actually. Let's look that up. List style CSS. List style 0 CSS. Oh, I see. It's a word. Like square, I think. Never mind, this doesn't tell me at all. Okay, well, we're gonna find out in a moment. So, list style none, margin 0, padding 0. Oh, none. Okay, so I just read it wrong. 0. Yes. Okay, so this one's interesting. We're gonna do a bunch at once. So that's the list item links, and the spans, and then the header, the header action item. So that's going to be display block padding none. This has to be 0. Sorry. It's actually they want it to be 0.55 rem. That makes sense. It's going to be 0.5. 0.5 root elements. Then we're going to go style the content. So that is padding. We're going to get padding 0, 1 rem, 1 rem. Content header. So I think one of the interesting things to look at is like, H1 is like the type of item, and then like content is like it specifies like the like what the item is. Pretty interesting. And then in the type of item, when you do like nav header, you can just do a space, but in the content, you have to do this like little this is the headers under the content. You gotta do this little like pointy sign. Is this a greater than sign? Greater than sign, yeah. Don't really know why it's exactly like that, but it's pretty interesting. Anyway, so we're gonna give it a border at the bottom, and we're gonna make this solid and light gray. Then we're gonna give it a display, and display flex align items flex end. Yeah, so we align items towards the end. And now we're going to go do the content, and we're going to do the H1s in the headers. So what's that going to be? We're going to do flex auto, margin, 1 rem, 0, 0.25 rem, 0. So this just means we're defining multiple margins, as opposed to like 2 margins. Let's see what it looks like when you're doing multiple margins. So margins is top, right, bottom, left. Yeah. So if you have 4, you define the top, the right, the top, the right, the bottom, and the left in that order. If you have 3, you do top, bottom, right, and then left. Sorry, top, right, left, and then bottom. And then regularly it's top, right, bottom, left. If you have 2, you got top and bottom, and left and right, right and left. Same diff. And if you have 1, then it's just all 4 margins. Okay, what did we just do? We just did content header H1. Okay, now we're going to play around with the flash, which is the error message, the way that we display the error message, if you remember here. We have Flash. This is a Flask thing. The Flash is going to have margin, 1 element. Oops. There we go. And then 0. So that's top left, bottom right. Padding, 1 element, and then we're going to give it a background color. And then we're going to give it an interesting background color. They say CAE 6F6. CAE 6F6. Pretty sure that's oh, that's not what I thought it was at all. Weird. I feel like it should be like yellowish, but we can change that. So actually, yeah, let's just change this. Let's just like what's a weird, like what's a yellow hex code? Okay, let's do it. FFFF00. Yeah, there we go. Border of 1 pixel and solid. And we're going to make it, yeah, that one, the blue that we used earlier. Now we're going to go into posts. So we haven't defined posts yet, but that's what we're going to be doing in a moment. Post headers. So I thought this was going to be really short to do the CSS, but actually this is decently long. This is quite a bit of code and quite a bit of explanation here. So maybe we'll skip out on the defining the blog post until next time. Oops, not Flex. Yeah, there we go. Flex, not Felix. Align items and font size. Items, flex, and font size. There we go. And we'll do 0.85 em. So, ooh, okay, interesting. So the headers here is going to have a font size of 85 of the element type. Now we go to dot post header. And interestingly here we're going to get a div first of type. So this is the first div under the header. Auto. And then we're going to go to the h1 dot post header h1. So this is all the h1s under the header. Font size 1.5 em. Interesting. And we're only going to define the bottom margin 0. 1.5 em CSS. What does that mean? It's 1.5% of the element, 150%. Yeah. So this is bigger than the element. Don't really know why we'd want that. It's pretty interesting. Well, I guess we'll see what it looks like. Okay, cool. Post about. So this is the about section of the post. We haven't made this at all yet, but we will make this. And so this is kind of weird that this is structured before the post section, but I think if I were to make this tutorial myself, I would put this after we already create the blog posts, but this is just how it's structured, so you'll see my own structure of the tutorial later. Slate gray. Oh, interesting. What a cool color. Slate gray. Font style. Italic. Nice. Okay. Then post body. Let's give it so white space pre-line. How is white space handled? What is pre-line? What is pre-line? White space. CSS. What is that? Yeah. Pre-line. Sequences of white space will collapse into a single white space. Text will wrap when necessary and on line breaks. Pretty cool. Okay. Don't know why it's called pre-line. Doesn't really make any sense. Last child. So this is the last child element in the content, and we're gonna make sure that there's no margin at the bottom, so that there's no margin at the bottom there. Now we're gonna do the forms. So this is the login, logout stuff that we've been using, I think. Yep. Oh, yeah. Flex display, flex direction. Wait. Display should be flex and then flex direction. Yeah, sorry. Flex direction column. Columnar means that we're flexing in the column direction. The content, the label of the content is going to be, let's see, maybe, what are we doing? Font weight. Font weight. Interesting, it's not font style. I don't really know what the difference is. I guess we can look that up. Anyway, margin bottom is going to be 0. Let's look this up. What is font weight versus font style? Oh, font style doesn't have a bold in it. That's so weird. Okay, as you can tell, I don't write a lot of CSS. Okay, this is the input content and the text area. Text area. We're going to go to bottom margin of 1 EM. And then just for the text area, we're going to define some more CSS. Minimum height of 12 EM, resize, vertical. Yeah, okay. I assume that's because the text area can be really small, so we want to give it a minimum height. Input.danger. So if it's wrong, we want to give it a color that displays that it's wrong. CCF2EC, I think. CC2F2E. CC2F2E. What does that look like? Oh, red. Perfect. Okay. Not exactly red, but some type of red. Input type equals submit. So this is how we define inputs of a specific type. This is how we style inputs of a specific type. You use the brackets. There we go. Align self. What is align self? Allows the default alignment on a cross axis to be overridden for individual flex items. Cool. Okay, and then the minimum width 10 EM. With 10 EM. Okay, cool. So that's the style. And now let's save the code and see what our thing looks like now. Okay. Ah, check that out. Okay, so the the homepage is still crappy, but this looks nice. We can also do the other test people that we've tried. There we go. Change your password. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Actually, I think I'm just gonna end this version there, and we'll pick up on the next one on how to write the blog stuff. Make sure you follow and whatever, subscribe. I don't know.